Harris. In terms of development, the UK is doing pretty well. We're fourth in the world league table. What we're not doing very well is developing the energy to drive that AI. Sam Robinson is the senior researcher and AI lead at Social Market Foundation. Thank you for being with us, Sam. How much power does this AI revolution require? Can you put it into some scale for us?
Good evening, and thanks for having me on. So we are doing very well in the AI race at the moment. As you mentioned, we are fourth or third in the world, depending on what ranking you're looking at. But the Achilles heel is on infrastructure and getting the data centers built. And data centers are quite energy intensive. They can take several megawatts of power to get them powered up and running, and there are significant challenges ahead for the UK in making sure we're building enough data centers in terms of the cost of energy, which is astronomically high in the UK. We have the highest industrial electricity costs in the world, and in terms of a slow planning system, which is getting to making the process of building data centers much slower than it could be.
We've just been talking about that actually in respect of steel and how expensive it is to produce steel in this country, which is why we're not as competitive as we should be. For those Luddites among us, what is a data center? What's in it, and why is it so energy intensive?
So essentially, a data center is a massive warehouse filled filled to the brim with server racks and computing equipment, and that's sort of the abstract. What's a data center?
And are they all here? Whereabouts are they in the country?
So mostly the data centers in the UK are based mostly in London and the southeast.
In
in London,
not where the energy
mostly.
is then.
Where the energy is and where the bottlenecks are.
Right.
But it's worth
So we have
stressing,
lots of wind and we have lots of oil in the north. Why are the data centres not up in Scotland?
So partly that's due to fibre networks and connectivity that the data centres like. They like being close to London, for that fibre connectivity, and because there's lots of demand from financial services and so on. But another reason is the national energy price. One of the things we talk about in our recent work on data centers is locational energy pricing as a potential answer to the high energy costs that are holding data centers back in the UK. At the moment, believe it or not, we have areas like Scotland where there's massive excess of energy, which we're not using. We're essentially switching turning wind farms off, paying wind farms to switch off and not use their energy, and that's masked by the national price of electricity. So we have electricity that costs far too much for everyone everywhere, and move to locational pricing could help to address that.
Is there a chance here that AI solves its own problem? I mean, is AI looking for the energy solution to its own data centers?
Well, I think there's potential applications for AI where you can sort of imagine a sci-fi future where we get much more efficient energy systems as a result of AI. But I suppose we are in the foothills of the AI era at the moment, and
in great really, competition, as Priya said.
Yes, and to sort of stay ahead in that competition, to maintain our position as a global leader in AI with lots of with lots of clout, we do need to build the infrastructure for that. It's worth stressing data centers are foundational for AI. They are absolutely needed for everything from online shopping to cat videos and social media, all the way up to training your leading cutting edge AI models. So we need to get that infrastructure powered and built quickly. So we can't wait for AI to save us. We need to
get
make
cracking.
sure that we
maybe the planning laws will